days, and he was guaranteed $20+ million. He couldn't even do that. He finally gets cut by Oakland. He celebrates. You saw the clip. Grandma, I'm free. Okay, AB, you got what you wanted. You're free. Then he signs with the Patriots. Plays in a game. And because of, on the way in, he already had an issue putting in text, putting in writing things he shouldn't be saying about someone, even if he felt he was wrong. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. The things he was saying were not going to help him. And then on the way in, he did that to the Patriots. Then he did it again once he was on the Patriots. He lasted a game on the Pats. And then they didn't want him anymore. And then he couldn't get real money out of any team in the league. And Marcus, with AB, the real question is he ready? And even this pattern of behavior I'm seeing now, I'm retired, I've accomplished everything I need, I'm done. And then a couple days later, wait a minute, I'm not done. I demand the NFL do X, Y, and Z. AB, what you're showing in your public behavior, at least to me, is you are not ready. You don't really take responsibility for the position you're in right now. And I'd have no reason to expect that his behavior would change based on his most recent behavior.
Max, I basically threw you a layup, but I'm going to go opposite, and I'm going to say, yeah, they should. And I'm going to give you a couple reasons. For all of the reasons that you said, obviously your points are valid and it makes sense to any common sense person. I'm going to say, yeah, they should, because AB has been out of the game, training with a lot of guys in the offseason, and there's something about not having that part of your life. And I think that part of his life, as crazy as it sounds with me saying this, even to myself, I think that part of his life brings some type of commonality, some type of environment, some type of structure that he can relate to. I think AB struggles more without football than he did when he was in the game, trying to pave his own way and not listening to anybody, and they gonna bend the moral arc to what I want it to be in order for me to enjoy my time and play. I know what happened in Oakland, and I've said on shows and said AB shouldn't be in the league, doesn't deserve to be in the league. But to your point, Max, I don't know if AB's well-being is not more suited to being in the locker room, as much dismay as he may cause. Now, what I'm hoping, I cross my fingers, is that throughout these conversations with these players that he's been training with, and throughout the talks in downtime, even with this stuff that just transpired with him asking for an answer, which for all intents and purposes makes sense. He wants to further along the investigation, make it go faster so he can figure out what's going on with his future. And I hope people understand we aren't talking about the caveat of the charges that's filed against him, or the allegations that's filed against him outside of the football arena. I'm thinking AB needs this commonality. And call me stupid, call me crazy, which I would not blame anybody for saying it. I think he's more suited to be in the NFL dealing with the problems that he has than on the outside dealing with the day-to-day of looking at something that he can relate some normalcy to, as opposed to on the outside looking in and just going crazy about not being in the league, also with who he is as a person right now. More help in the NFL
I understand that
than
argument.
it is him out.
Take refuge in your job. I think a lot of people can relate to that when things are going wrong. Sometimes it helps you professionally. You can take refuge there and take your mind off your problems. I understand that athletes frequently, when they're going through tough times, that does help them. I'll point out a couple things to you. Number one, it's conjecture. It's based on other experiences with other athletes. We don't know if that'll be the case with AB, but you may be right. But number two, and this is more important, Marcus, it ain't about helping AB. If it's just about there's a benefit to AB to playing in the league, yeah, no kidding. He can also pay his bills ostensibly if he plays in the league. This ain't just about helping AB. This is about the destructive force he is, the way he represents the league, the bad name he gives the league when he plays based on his outside activity, how he hurts the chemistry of his own team, as amazing as he is on the field. So that's what, listen, when Drew Rosenhaus doesn't want to do business with you anymore, at least until you get help, until you get well, what does that tell you? His whole agent, Marcus, no, the dude is toxic. And I'll say this about AB because early on I started thinking this might be a mental health issue. It's unclear to me. But as I said a couple days ago, the idea of mental health on the one hand and being a jerk on the other are not mutually exclusive.
Yeah.
You can be both. And being a jerk doesn't have to be about mental illness. You can be a jerk and have issues. And I suspect with AB, that's at least a possibility. Even if you took away whatever is wrong with him right now, because in my view, there's something, his public behavior says it's not just that he's a jerk. He has issues beyond that. But he also just might be a jerk. Marcus?
Well, you're a boxing aficionado, and you can relate this correlation very well. I feel like a heavy bag right now, and you're just punching and beating up on me. But I'm going to stay where I am. I'm not going to change. I'm not going to switch up. And we have arguments sometimes. And Max, I would have no problem with the opinion that I'm wrong about this. I just want to hold hope for NFL players that still have some left in the tank. Outside of the crazy, egregious things that AB has done, I've been in this league for a long time, and I recognize that even some stories that don't make it to mainstream media, you like, how in the hell is this dude still in the league after this? So I had to think about all of the things that we haven't had the opportunity to talk about on First Take or shows that were on when I was playing in the league and dudes playing in the league and really making a turnaround after 4 and 5 and 6 shots at it and chances. So it's hard for me not to throw AB to the wolves because of AB. And you make great points about what he has done. Not any outside situation, what AB has done, said, and is what his actions have showed. But I hold out a little hope that at one point, one situation, structure can help him.
Well, we can all
if
hold
I may
out
have
hope.
the quick last word on this, Charlie, quick one. If AB takes responsibility for his behavior, Marcus, I don't think he should have a lifetime ban unless he's found to have actually committed these crimes. I don't think he should have a lifetime ban. He should get another chance at some point. He has not demonstrated with his public positions that he has taken accountability, really, for it. I don't think he's ready.
Well, we can all hold out hope. Obviously, he's very talented. He is all over the place. But look, from 2013 to 2018, he became the only player in league history to have 100 catches in 6 consecutive seasons. So let's all hold on to a little hope and hope for the best for him and his family. All right, guys, we're going to switch to some MLB because it is opening